Coosa River tournament anglers just got a huge win. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name's Steve Chapman. I do Get Your Fish On. I've been doing all sorts of stuff. Radio show since 2008, 2009. Back-end work, websites, all that stuff for or within the industry. And I love bass fishing, so I try to cover as much as possible. So if you like this kind of content, click that like and subscribe, and welcome to the team. If you remember, several months ago, we had the Auburn University who did a study on the Coosa River. That study cost almost $900,000. And in it, it said, or their recommendation was that the Coosa River should have a slot limit for tournaments only. Now, they based this information on the fish mortality rates, the size of the fish, and all sorts of things. And if you also remember, we talked to the Alabama Bass Trail's CEO, or the main person, Kay Donaldson, and we went back and forth and talked, and she talked to me and helped explain all the economic issues that that slot limit would have on all these surrounding counties. Today, great news for all those anglers happened, and I'm going to read as much as possible. This afternoon, Alabama Department of Conservation and Natural Resources Commissioner Chris Blankenship issued the following statement announcing his decision on the Coosa River fishery. Over the past several months, I saw input through our wildlife and freshwater fisheries division from anglers, tournament directors, homeowners, city and council officials, legislators, Auburn University scientists, and other stakeholders regarding the bass population and size distributions on the Coosa River Reservoirs. It's a long sentence. My intent was to have a meaningful conversation about the impacts and solution that could result from a proposed slot limit. However, misunderstanding and misinformation about a proposed slot limit took hold and spread through the fishing community. Throughout this process, no predetermined decision has been made, and all information and options were under review and consideration. From all indications, the overall bass status on the Coosa is healthy, especially for small and medium-sized fish. However, it is clear that the ADCNR and local fishermen that, while the population of bass is relatively abundant, the vast majority of the bass on the Coosa currently top out at less than 5 pounds. In an effort to increase top-end size bass on the Coosa, which studies have shown to be in decline, a slot limit was considered. A slot limit would have a short-term negative economic and cultural impact on bass fishing on the Coosa. In the long term, it is believed that there would be a positive impact to the fishery's size structure. The feedback we received from the majority of the stakeholder groups is that they are satisfied with the current size structure and population density of the bass on the Coosa system. After taking into consideration all the fisheries data collected by our staff, various scientific studies, and feedback from tournament and local fishermen, as well as many city and county government entities, I have determined that the short-term economic impacts of a 14 to 20-inch slot limit outweigh the long-term benefits of a larger size structure of bass population on the Coosa River Reservoirs. At this time, no changes for the Coosa River fishery will be presented to the Conservation Advisory Board for consideration. That's great news. Great news for all those tournament anglers. There was going to be some severe economic issues by having a slot limit. And while we can do better to make sure that the mortality rate of the bass is drastically better, like Kay had said, they were spending a lot of money, almost $100,000, I could be wrong, on making sure that they have the proper live well, that those fish get put in and they're revived and released back into the Coosa River systems and alive and healthy. And I know there were a lot of people that were for and a lot of people that were against this. And I give Mr. Blankenship some kudos for doing his homework, listening to all sides of the story, and then making what I think is the right decision. Because having that slot limit for tournaments only would really have a financial impact on those cities. But what do you think? Comment below and tell me what you think. Thanks to all the new subscribers and all the new members and all the people who are interactive on the channel. You guys are awesome. I'm humbled. I appreciate it, and you're part of the team and family, so thank you. But if you're not a subscriber, you should be. So click that button and welcome to the team. Remember, take a kid fishing, tight lines cheers, and get your fish on.